Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So I am still catching up with the buffs and changes to the champions that happened in the yesterday's update, and today in this video we're going to be talking about the Vision. And first, I do have some Vision gameplay from before he was buffed. So this is the old version of the Vision, and what we're going to notice is that, well, first of all, he's the worst Deathless champion by far. His damage is quite poopy, and his power control is extremely poopy. So, this is a rank 2 7-star. I do have a relic equipped on him, but the base idea how you play him is quite simple. You push opponent past the bar of power, and then you parry. That parry triggers a phase, and then you... And then you hit the opponent, gain your furies, and carry on. So basically here again, I'm going to be dropping that level 2. Want to see the damage here on 3 Furies. One phase pre-buff lets you get 3 of your Furies in. He gets a maximum of 12 pre-buff. Post-buff that's changed. They reduce the max to 10. And that's ultimately how you play him. So he has his Furies. They do expire because you can't pause them quite quickly enough. I could have probably done a better job there maintaining those Furies, but we're going to notice something quite interesting by the end of this anyways. So we have 9 Furies active here, going for the relic there, and I'm just going to drop that level 1, get him past the bar of power. Here I didn't really mean to phase that special, but fine. Kind of wasted a bit of that phase. Which is kind of a strange thing, because that's, you know, a cool way for that phase to be working, but albeit it didn't. And there you go. So this is a 7-star rank 2, sig like 25 Vision, 1 minute and 31. 1 minute and 31. Check him out after the update. So this is the buffed version. Will that change with him? Again, they did give him slightly longer phase, so you can get in 4 Furies. You can get in 4 hits now as you go along. And they changed his Furies to maximum of 10 and made them slightly more potent. But we're going to get back to that quite quickly. And here I am, again, just basically, you know, doing the rotation, phasing, getting hits in, playing Vision as he is meant to be played, right? And I do make a small mistake, but he doesn't power drain me, so it really doesn't matter. If anything, this kind of helps me because I gain more power. I do have that phase active there immediately. I have my 10 Furies. I go into Relic. This is the buffed version. Again, I will reiterate. This is the buffed version of that Vision. With the longer Furies, with the longer pause. So with the, you know, more potent Furies. And am I doing the fight much faster? Am I doing that fight much better here than I did before? How do you guys think? What is the time going to be? Basically the same thing, just 1 second slower. So what they changed for him, let's zoom in. So nothing changed in the signature ability. Of course, he would have slightly more damage if I had sigged up my Vision. But effectively, they increased his phase duration from 1.5 to 2 seconds. That is very helpful because, again, you can get 4 Furies then in a single phase. They increased the potency of each Fury slightly and the duration by 2 seconds. They reduced the max stacks from 12 to 10. Also, they increased the duration of the pause from 5 to 8 seconds. And then the only real change is that Heal Glock passive lasts slightly longer. It barely makes a difference. And burns up to 35 to 40%. Again, it's a tiny, tiny minuscule increase in his level 1 power control. And that is it. That is the change to Deathless Vision. What is the best way to put it? It wasn't too difficult to make a Deathless Vision a solid champion. He needed 2 things: more potent power control and better damage. But I'm kind of trying to address that with the change to the Furies because he ramps up faster. So it is faster to reach his max damage, and it's kind of easier to maintain that max damage. So in a sense, he has become more viable, let's say, in a trickier fight where you do need to bait out a special attack from the opponent, or, you know, you get a difficult AI. And again, ramping up faster generally is a good change. Everything else then, you know, extra increase in heal block and stuff. I mean, that's obviously nice, but that is not going to make or break the character. He needed more damage, and he needed better power control to be a better champion. Somebody I found on Reddit actually did the math. Something was bothering me, so I decided to run some calculations on it. His damage is more sustainable, yes, but his changes how his Fury's work make him a bit weaker than before. Previously, he had, let's say, 539 per Fury, 12 Furies, 12 max Furies. That would work out as 6,478 attack increase. Now it's 638, 10 max, that works out as 6,038. So they actually slightly reduced his max damage output. And again, let's be honest here. His damage output was extremely poor to begin with. And that took like nearly a year to do this, man. I mean, like, this is kind of exactly why. This is exactly why balancing program, I guess, is gone. Now, this is a fight with him being fully synergized up. And there was actually a difference here of like 10 seconds, but I suspect it's only because I kind of crit more. I figured this might be somewhat of a relevant video to show as well. Because with a full synergy team, right, he should be clapping very hard, or much better anyways. Because he get that extra Fury there and all that other stuff. But, nah, I mean, it will make him faster, but even fully synergized in a full team of Deathless champion, he's just so unfathomably bad. He's just a bad champion. Power control is some of the worst in game, because you can't functionally use him as a power control champion, because you always need to do the power control balancing in between bars of power, basically. So, you know how you don't consider Penny Parker to be a power control champion? And Penny Parker effectively does the same thing, where you need to, you know, power drain opponent a little bit and push him over with that special attack, and that's kind of similar. So, fully synergized, he was faster. He got it in a minute. Previously, it was like minute and 10. But yeah, so his power control is so poor that I don't really even consider him to be a power control champion. Just like I don't consider Penny Parker to be a power control champion, because it's quite similar in a sense. And his damage is just bad. I am sorry to say this, he still remains the worst Deathless champion. And it's not like the competition is that hard, right? It's not like it would be difficult to become the second best Deathless champion. And they could have done it. If they gave him a half decent damage and much better power control, he would legitimately probably be the second most viable Deathless champion, because that's all you would need to make, you know, a decently good champion. But nope. So yeah, Deathless Vision still sucks. If you do have the Deathless 6 stones, don't give them to him. I'm probably just gonna sig up my Guillotine. And yeah, he's not getting a rank 3 or 4, obviously, or any of that other stuff. I'll leave him the way he is and pretend that Kabam didn't do anything, because it really doesn't feel like they did. I'm gonna catch you guys soon. Bye-bye. Hello there, guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about the